The second example of when the Lord made his presence very, very real to me was a very different experience. In 2007, as the country began to enter the Great Recession, we as a rental business felt it earlier than most. Our contractor rentals were falling off every month, 20, 30%. I had completed a buyout of a former partner just a few years before that, still making payments to him. We were growing prior to this pretty substantially, had a lot of new equipment debt. Things started to tank quickly for us. And I remember early on just being so frustrated. Lord, what's going on? I thought I've been faithful here, and how are you allowing this to happen? And it really was kind of a self-pity party. I decided to take a few days off and go up to the mountains. I love to spend time in the mountains, and it is certainly some of the best time with the Lord. This particular time, I was climbing a mountain that I grew up as a child hiking off the Blue Ridge Parkway. And I remember just hiking. It was a beautiful day, and I was whining to the Lord about it's just not fair. It's just not fair. I don't know how we're going to meet our commitments. I don't know how we're going to keep people employed. It's not fair. I started walking back down, and I remember exactly where I was, right below this cliff band. I felt the Lord's presence in a way that I never have before and never have since, in terms of almost like Moses encountering the burning bush, but the Lord's presence was so overwhelming, it just stopped me in my tracks. And he had my full attention. And this is so beyond what words can describe if someone's ever experienced it. And again, this was not a verbal voice, but it might as well have been. But the Lord said very clearly, or he asked me the question, Raymond, have I not always been faithful to you? And immediately I'm just like, I can't understand it. I'm crying. I'm like, Lord, you have. You've been so incredibly good to me. Forgive me. I was just so humbled and so just taken back by his awesome presence, by his sternness with me. First time, again, that I've ever encountered that, but also just an overwhelming sense of, I'm going to take care of you. I've always taken care of you. And so oftentimes I would have to come back to that verse that I quoted early on in terms of Proverbs, and just leaning into the Lord, and that he will show me the way. He will make my path straight. I just say that every day as a prayer. Lord, please show me the way, make my path straight. And he did. He did. A number of my friends lost their businesses during that time. And I'm extremely grateful at the Lord's graciousness in terms of bringing me through.